Hey there, welcome back to Total Geek Live Baltimore Presents. I am Baltimore, and today I am bringing you Justice League Unlimited. That's the follow-up to Justice League. It's three seasons and 39 episodes on Cartoon Network, WB. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. It was a great continuation of the Justice League teams, and it was it's like you have a dial 1 to 10, you turn it to 11. That's what Justice League Unlimited was like. You had an expanded cast. Almost anyone who was anyone in the DC universe was in this season series. So it was so much fun. Great opening montage. It was really cool. Um, there were, almost everything was single episodes. So there was a lot of super focus on individual characters. You had Doctor Fate, you had Green Arrow and Black Canary. That was really awesome. You had Vixen coming into it. You had Vigilante. You had all the characters. Supergirl. It was so much fun to see all. Basically, it was like all the DC characters in a sandbox, and you just got to play and pick out who you wanted and just throw them into an episode. And that was really cool. Um, to see so many characters in so many different ways that you never knew that you wanted, but you got. So that was really awesome. The Project Cadmus is a pretty big feature into these series. You have the creation of the Supergirl character Galatea, which is basically an analog to, I guess, Power Girl. Um, so she was pretty prominent into the series as a antagonist for Supergirl and the other characters. And that was really interesting. I kind of think one of my favorite episodes, though, is when Wonder Woman gets transformed into a pig. Wonder Pig. So that was kind of cool. They had to go chase her down in a slaughterhouse and make sure she didn't get killed. So that was really fascinating and fun and interesting and crazy to see that as a moment, as a Wonder Woman as a pig. You don't see that every day. So that was really fun to see that episode. You also have a lot of guest stars coming in, and one that really made my heart sing was the Ultimate. And basically, they were pastiches of characters from Challenge of the Super Friends. So you had the Apache Chief, you had Samurai, you had Black Vulcan, you had the Wonder Twins. But they were all updated for this series with different character names, same abilities, and it was really cool. These were genetically created superheroes with a limited life span. So it was a lot of angst, but it was so fun to see them because you're like, oh, I know them from Challenge of the Super Friends. That was a lot of fun to see. It was a really great episode. And they even had their Hall of Justice. So that was cool, like a little homage as well. You get to see that. It was a lot of fun. They even take a little bit of Legion of Doom with their secret society grouping, which of course is all the evil super characters in the DC universe are members of. So that was really kind of fun to see them develop alongside the heroes as well. I think another one of my favorite episodes was Bunch and Future Thing and Beyond Future, which was really cool because they take Wonder Woman, they take Green Lantern and Batman, and they push them into the future. And it's not just any future. Remember that this universe, Justice League Unlimited, is based off of Batman the Animated Series and Superman the Animated Series and Batman Beyond. So where do they go in the future? They go to Batman Beyond Future, which you see Batman Beyond Terry McGinnis, and you have old Batman, and you have Amanda Waller. So there's revelations that you never got in Batman Beyond in here. So it was a great, tying up of everything together, which was so cool. But in this future, you see Green Lantern has a son with Hawkgirl. And at this point, he and Hawkgirl are split up because she basically betrayed them with the Thanagarian invasion, and he's moved on and he's dating Vixen, who's another superhero. She's really awesome. But going into the future and seeing that they still have a connection was really, really kind of cool and fun. And I always love to see, that kind of future going into and kind of how the characters are going to react and what they're going to do and how they're going to absorb the information that they find out. Um, so that was really, really cool. It was a nice way to kind of tie things together because originally they had intended 2 seasons for this Justice League Unlimited and be done, and not just be done with the series, but be done with the DC animated universe. That would have been it. But they got greenlit for a third season, so they just like, oh, okay, well, next season will be the it. So we got one more season to kind of enjoy Justice League Unlimited, which was great for us. It was a lot of fun. You find out that Doomsday is actually Superman's clone. So that's kind of an interesting concept, kind of something that we may see later on, actually. Um, you see Huntress getting kicked out for trying to kill a mob boss, a bad guy, and she's demoted out of Justice League. So there's consequences to the actions, which is nice to kind of see that superheroes are policing each other. But she gets involved with the Question, um, and they team up together to kind of figure out what's going on and make the right choice, which was kind of cool to see that. The third season really deals with the invasion of Darkseid, and that was a lot of fun because you get to see a lot of the other characters dealing with things, not just the big seven. So that was fun to kind of get so many characters in this series that you didn't really get to know until you did. And that was wonderful because how many of these characters do you get to know and love? Green Arrow had a great beginning in this. He opened the series with him and Black Canary being asked to be involved in Justice League. So it was kind of cool to see all these characters make the leap to Justice League, and basically the Watchtower becomes a floating superhero fraternity, sorority. I mean, there were so many superheroes living up there and being called Justice Leaguers. And really, when they say all hands on deck, they meant all hands on deck. So it was nice for the writers to be able to pick and choose who they wanted to use for these solo, episodes. So you got to see a lot of interactions. Booster Gold, Blue Beetle, that was a lot of fun. Um, and various roles for the heroes too. Not only were they just superheroes, sometimes they were protecting people. They were just making sure that all the citizens were okay and escaped the damage, which in the DC universe is pretty extensive. Um, so that was a lot of fun to kind of see them grow and develop as heroes under the tutelage of the Big Seven. Um, a lot of fun, a lot of great series, a lot of great episodes. And when the season ended, when the show is over, it really was an end of an era. Bruce Timm started this in the 90s with Batman the Animated Series. And that was a legendary series. That was so good, so well done, stylistic, thematic, very, very well thought out. And they continued that over to Superman, which was fun and very opposite because the world that Superman lives in, the world that Batman live in, aren't quite the same. One's very bright, one's very dark. And putting it together with Justice League, you have this combination of them two, which is really, really fun to kind of see them bounce off each other. And a lot of romances, as always. Something that's been teased all along in the Justice League animated series was the flirtation and the romantic attraction between Batman and Wonder Woman. And it's never requited. They never actually act on any of it. Partly because I think Batman thinks it would be a vulnerability for him. It would make him second guess things. But that was really fun. It was nice to see that kind of interaction. And I'm glad they didn't choose to put Superman and Wonder Woman together because I don't think that would have been. It wouldn't have worked as well, considering that this was a spinoff of Superman animated series. But they did a fantastic job with this. I really, really loved everything about Justice League Unlimited. So many characters to choose from, so many great, blink if you miss some cameos, but a lot of really fun, just fun. Watch the seasons, and if you don't have fun, come back at me, because I guarantee you're going to enjoy Justice League Unlimited. 39 episodes. You can get through them in a weekend. Do it. You won't regret it. Let me know if you've already seen the show, what's your favorite episode of Justice League Unlimited, and what your favorite character. Who's your favorite one that kind of just popped out of nowhere and just really surprised you? Was it Dr. Fate? Was it Zatanna? Was it Etrigan? You let me know. In the bottom, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will be back with more goodness for you, as always. And just to show you how much I do love the shows, here. Season 1 and Season 2, Justice League Unlimited. So good. You need to go get them and watch them. They're probably available on streaming as well somewhere. But watch it, enjoy it, tell me what you think. And as always, it's all geek to us.